you guys, so this setup is a little bit different. I had you guys over here last time, but I don't have a new ring light yet. I'm planning on ordering that this like in November, so I'm hoping that this looks okay for you guys because I have you near, like I have the window behind me. The lighting's gonna go in and out, but it's better than I feel like the other way, so I'm hoping the setup is good. Let me know what you think about it over on Instagram. But I know I have been slacking with videos, and that's because Rob's parents were here visiting for a whole week, and we really wanted to just use that time to cherish with them, and I didn't feel like having to worry about bringing my camera around with me, and I just wanted to enjoy my time with them while we had them here, even though now I look back and I'm like, man, I wish I filmed some of the stuff that we did because we did so much stuff. But anyways, my mom will be here in about 9 days next week, so I'll try to be better at vlogging when she's here. Oh my gosh, I can't breathe. I don't know what it is about when you get the camera out, all of a sudden you just cannot breathe. No, I am almost 26 weeks pregnant, which is absolutely insane to think that I'm almost 26 weeks pregnant. But anyways, today's video is going to be apartment versus house, like pros and cons. So your experience might be totally different than my experience. It just obviously depends on what apartment you're at. And Rob helped me with these pros and cons as well because obviously he lives here with me, so he has his own opinions and stuff of pros and cons. So this is going to be pros and cons for an apartment versus a house. So what are the pros and cons of living in an apartment versus a house? The pros that I have is there's no lawn maintenance. You don't have to take care of your lawn, you don't have to cut your lawn, you don't have to pull your weeds, you don't have to worry about that, you don't have to spray for pests or anything, bugs, anything like that. It's all taken care of for you, which has been amazing because in the past with our old house we'd constantly have like little ants inside or spiders and stuff like that. So obviously that may happen once in a while, but it's so nice knowing that they already spray for that stuff and all the lawn stuff is taken care of, and I do not miss one little bit pulling weeds or anything like that. I like just being able to put like my flower pot or something or pumpkins outside right now of our door, and that's it. Or we can put stuff on our patio, but I don't have to touch the lawn. It just looks good all the time because we have people who obviously do that. There's no pool to maintain. We do have a gorgeous pool here on at our apartment complex. It's gorgeous. Even though our pool was very easy to take care of, it was very low maintenance to take care of because we had the whole like mineral system. We don't have a pool to take care of, so you can just go to the pool, enjoy yourself, and come home. So that has been really nice to not have to worry about anything with the pool, and you don't have to worry about like buying chemicals and stuff for the pool. And our pool here is open year round. One of the most amazing things is there's trash valet. I didn't even know there was such a thing as trash valet. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So just Friday and Saturday they don't do it, but every other day all you have to do is tie up your trash bag. You don't even have to take the trash bag out of the trash can. You just put the whole trash can out with the lid up and you put your trash bag. You can put up to 2 trash bags out a night. We only have 1. And then if we don't have a lot of trash that day, then we won't put it out. But they take it away and then you just have to bring it in before 9 o'clock the next morning. So we usually bring ours in before we even go to bed. That way we don't attract bugs or anything like that in our trash can. But that has been amazing. It's so nice that I don't have to, because I always constantly would take my trash bag out, put it outside of our sliding glass door, and then when I got around to it, I'd carry it to my trash can. So it's so nice. I don't have to roll a trash can out and they just pick it up. The one thing I do wish they had was recycling valet. They don't have a recycling valet, so you do have to take your recyclings to like the actual like recycling bin that's in the front of the complex. But I mean, you can't complain when you have trash valet. So that has been such an amazing thing to have. And I never realized how much I needed trash valet in my life. The next thing I have is the maintenance people. I mean, anything breaks, they fix it. We do have a resident portal, so all you have to do, if you have a light bulb out, anything that needs to be fixed. When we moved in, our dishwasher wasn't hooked up, so that had to be fixed. We had like 2 light bulbs out. They come in and they replace all your light bulbs, so all that stuff. And I think our fan, like something was up with the switch, so that was all taken care of. And all you do is you go right onto your resident portal, you put in a work order, and literally the next day they're here fixing the problem. So it's so nice that anything that breaks like that, anything like maintenance wise that breaks or needs fixing, they do it for you. So that has been awesome. Another pro is they have community gatherings at our apartment complex. Pretty much like every month they have something going on, where last night? Yeah, last night they did a pumpkin painting. We had our last night with Rob's parents, so we went out to dinner and stuff, so we weren't able to do that. But they have like kids area set up for that. They have like adults that are doing like, you know, really nice paintings on their pumpkins. So it's so nice. And then they have free like appetizers, and they do like the fire pit and stuff like that, and it's really cool. There's a lot of stuff that they do, and they have like free brunch once in a while. It's really nice to bring people in the complex together, and it's a way for you guys to like meet each other, because it's really strange because we live in an apartment complex. So you think, I want to say there's probably like 300 units in our apartment complex. You'd think you'd see so many people, but you don't. Like, I don't know where these people are. You'll see some people like walking around and like walking their, it's mainly like them walking their dogs, but like during the day there's like nobody, because like everyone's at work. You guys probably know Rob works from home, so I'm home, he works from home. So like I'll take the boys to the pool and no one will be there, and if there is one person there, they're just laying out like tanning. They're not like in the pool. So it feels like we have the whole pool to ourselves. Sometimes you just like won't see anybody, but I think a lot of people just mind their own business, keep to themselves. But everyone that we've met has been super nice. So I like that they do community gatherings. It gives you a chance to actually like see people and like talk to them. Another pro for an apartment versus a house is, especially if you're renting a house, is you don't have a landlord. We don't have to deal with a landlord or anything. It's great. And another pro of our apartment is our garbage disposal. Literally, it's like a must-have in any house going forward that we buy. It has to have a garbage disposal, and it has to be a deep, big sink, because it's like literally top like 20 things that have happened in my life. It's getting a garbage disposal. It's amazing. The next thing is we have extremely nice amenities. This is going to be different, obviously, depending on what I can't talk. This will be different depending on which apartment complex you live at. We have at ours, we have a beautiful pool, a beautiful yoga studio, which they like open the doors completely like open when they're doing like yoga and stuff. It's beautiful. Definitely gonna be something I do once I have the baby. And they have a really nice gym that's 24/7 access. Even the yoga studio, you can go in there 24/7 and you just use a key fob, and it's really, really nice. So we have those amenities, and they have like walking trails and fire pits and grills that you can grill on, and like cabanas and stuff. So it's really, really nice amenities. So it's definitely a pro. Another thing we have is food truck night. Every Tuesday a different food truck comes, and you want dinner, the food truck is here. So that's really cool. We got that this week, brought our dinner to the pool area, and we had dinner, and it was so nice and it was so good. And it's a great way to not have to cook and try new food. Another pro that we have here is having a screened-in patio. I love it. I love that we have the screened-in patio. Some of the patios are not screened in, mainly the ones that are facing like the pool. They're not screened in, they're all open. I personally like the screened-in patio, especially for buggy nights. I can leave the door to our patio open, get some breeze in, and I don't have to worry about bugs getting inside. And one of Rob's pros was that like our apartment's very cozy. It's very, to us, like homey. It's, I don't know, for some reason I think like not having so much square footage, like this is about 1,400 square feet, and even though like that is a decent size, it just feels way more homey than our old house ever felt. I don't know if it's because our old house there was like so much space that just like wasn't used, like our basement. I don't know, this just feels really cozy. Even with having Rob's parents here, it didn't feel crowded at all by any means, so that was nice. And another thing that Rob said was his pro, this is again going to be different for every apartment, like wherever you live, is ours is super updated. So our house, it was built in the 70s, our old house. Nothing was updated. We had to like update things. And the only rooms that were really, I would consider like updated were the downstairs den that we completely redid, Rob's office, and the boys' bedroom. The kitchen, the living room, our bedroom, bathrooms were not like updated at all. And I love having a really nice room and kitchen and living room. It's just like beautiful. So that is extremely nice, and it's just it's a huge blessing. The last pro that I have is we are close to everything. We are literally close to everything. We either have things that are like 3 minutes away to the furthest thing is like 30 minutes away, and that is like nothing. Most of the stuff that we need to go to is about 5 to 10 minutes away. It's just so nice because we're used to having to go like 25 to 30 minutes away to get to like any big store. So it's just so nice to be close to everything and have the beach near us. The beach is like 18-20 minutes away, so it's just so nice. Okay, that felt pretty long, so I feel like this video is going to be a little bit longer. Sorry. I'm talking fast to try to get to it all. Like, Lord, I can't talk and I can't breathe. Okay, so cons of living in an apartment versus living in a house is, I mean, I know not all houses have big backyards, but ours was pretty big. We don't have a big yard to play in. We don't have, especially a fenced-in backyard. I mean, we can't just let Maddie outside to go to the bathroom. We have to walk her, which she's not a good walking dog. She's not used to being on a leash. She does not like being on a leash, and she doesn't like to be outside really. So we're used to just letting her go outside in the backyard. She goes, does her business, and she comes right back in. She does not want to be outside. She does not want anything to do with like hanging out outside, because even when we go, there is a big grassy area that we go to and let the boys play football or soccer. Even with that, I'll bring her with us so she can like hang out outside. She will cry the whole time for us to bring her back inside. It's super annoying. So that is one thing that is a con, is not having like a big backyard for the boys to play in. But thankfully we do have parks nearby. We go outside all the time. We do have a grassy area to go play. We do have a little section in behind our apartment that the boys can play at. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't breathe. Why is like, I don't know. When I'm talking to Rob, I don't feel like out of breath, or to my children. But like when I have the camera on me, I feel completely out of breath. I don't know what it is. Okay, so another con is you may have people above you or below you. Most likely you will, unless you're like I don't know, do they have apartments that are just one floor? So yeah, we only have people above us because we chose to be on the first floor, which I think if you have kids is the best option, because you never have to worry about your kids jumping off the bed or dropping their toys or running across the hall, because no one's below you. So you don't have to worry about any of that, and it's amazing. I'd rather have to worry about people above me than my kids getting in trouble or us getting like a noise complaint because my kids are jumping off their beds or something, and they're kids, so it's kind of hard to like stop kids from doing kid stuff. If you're unfortunate, you might get someone above you or below you. That is absolutely horrible. Thankfully that's not the case for us. We've met 2 people in our apartment that we actually really like, and we have no issues with them. We have people above us. They're super considerate of us and everything, so they're nice. They do have kids. Their kids are at school all day, so you don't even like hear them. If you had like college kids above you, or like kids that were people who were like big partiers, that might be something that you do not like at all. The next thing is, in some apartments you might not be able to paint. I don't think we're allowed to paint our apartment. I wouldn't anyways because I love the color, but yeah, I don't think you're just allowed to go paint your walls any color you want. I mean, sure, you probably could, and then you'd have to paint them all back, but that just seems like a lot of work unless you plan on staying there for like years and years and years. So not being able to paint, that might be something that might be something that happens where you are in an apartment that you are not able to paint. Next thing is, whatever you damage, you have to pay for to repair. So if my kid puts a hole in the wall, we're gonna have to pay for that. So anything like that, you're gonna have to pay for. If something like damage the floors, you're gonna have to pay for that. Pretty much in like how you would in a house, but it has to be done before you like move out. So they do like a check, and they go around your apartment and they check the whole thing, making sure everything is not damaged or anything. So that's definitely something to think about. And definitely make sure you have renter's insurance as well. We have renter's insurance. I don't think you can even like can you live in an apartment without having renter's insurance? I know here you can't. So we do have renter's insurance, which is super important to have, especially if there was like a flood or something, things got damaged, your belongings would be taken care of. Another con is you always have to remember that people are around you, and you can't be like blasting your music as loud as you want, even though like you cannot hear talking at all. Like when people are talking, you cannot hear them at all, which is nice. You can't even hear walking. Like when they're just walking upstairs, you cannot hear them. The people above us, there are kids, you can hear them if they like jump off the bed, but that's rare. I have kids too, so it doesn't bother me. But you have to remember there are people around you, so you have to be considerate. And for us, we found that sound soothers have really helped. Paxton and Maverick, they've always had a sound soother. We are gonna get a sound soother, especially like for the guest room, but we actually just keep our bathroom vent on, and it prevents us from hearing any sounds, especially because our neighbors do get up at like 5:40 for school, so they have to catch the bus at like 6:20. So they're up before, so for us not to be able to hear anything prevents us from waking up from them like getting ready, like if the kids are like running around or something. Another con that could be a con, I mean for us I really don't think it is a con, but your apartment is most likely a smaller square footage than a house, especially, I mean we have a 3-bedroom apartment, so it's a very nice size, but if you have like a 1-bedroom apartment or 2-bedroom apartment, it's going to be smaller. Then maybe be smaller than where you're used to. This to us feels way more comfy and cozy than compared to our old house. We just had a bunch of like, I did not like the way our old house flowed at all, and I really don't miss anything about our old house besides our neighbors and like the backyard and pool. That's like it, even though we have a pool, but just like that's really all I miss. I miss like nothing about the actual house. Another con is you'll have less storage, such as like an attic. We don't have an attic. We do pay each month to have a garage. We have a full garage that we can fit Rob's truck into, or his car. So we do have a garage. I definitely like having a garage, because if you don't, then you have to like get rid of that stuff that you might want to put in storage, or figure out where you're gonna put it. If I needed to, I'd make it work, but it's so nice that we can just put stuff in our garage and still fit a car and bikes and everything like that. So that is one thing to think about, is not having a garage. But if you don't have a garage, and that might not be something you even care, but there is no attic, so remember that if you're in an apartment. I don't think any apartments have attics. Another thing is neighbors are close by. We are not used to having neighbors super close by us. Obviously we have people above us, no one's next to us, because it's like, I love the way they set up these apartments, but there's just people above us. And actually there would be someone over there like on that side, but there actually no one's living there, so just someone above us. But so you do have people close by, but for us it's so weird having people close by and you still rarely see anybody. Another thing to remember that could be a con is depending on where you live. Like if you live in a really safe area, it's not probably going to be a big deal, but if you live in an area that's kind of sketchy, it might be something that you worry about, is people being out and about. Like if you have people walking around, we don't have people just like walking around the apartment complex unless they're like walking their dog or going on a walk. So there's no one just like hanging out outside or doing anything they're not supposed to be. If you live in, like I said, not such a great area, you might not like there being like people walking around, but I feel like that could be anywhere, like neighborhood or anything. So I don't know, that might not be a con. Another con is not letting Maddie run around. I mentioned that about not having the backyard. And then no recycle pickup, I mentioned that. Living around other people, if you're not used to, if you're going from a house to living around people, depending on what apartment complex you live in. Obviously for us, literally no one's like ever around, they're just at work. And when they're home, they're just minding their own business and everyone's super quiet. There's no one like being rowdy or anything like that, which is super nice. Every apartment is able to have 2 like parking spots, so they're all reserved. So me and Rob, we each can park our car in a parking spot, and then there's guest parking as well, but you can't like use one of those parking spots as like a permanent spot. So you either have to put like your third vehicle in the garage, which is what we plan to do. And I mean, most people I feel like don't have third vehicles, but definitely there are people who do, like us. So we have the truck, and the only reason we want the truck is obviously we plan on buying a house. The main reason is for the boys' motorcycles, so we can take them riding, because that is one thing they do miss, is riding their motorcycles all the time. Another con is there are rules and regulations that you have to abide by, but I mean, that's a con, but it also could be, it's also a good thing, because they want people to follow the rules, be respectful, and take care of everything. Another con is there is a deposit for a pet. I think it was a $300 dog deposit, which you don't get back, and you pay $25 a month for having a dog. I think it's less for a cat. That is something to think about. If you have animals, I don't know if it's like $25 a pet or just $25 for having pets. I want to say it's like $25 a pet. So that's something for like a dog. So that's something to think about if that's something you don't want to have to pay for. I mean, I don't know if every apartment makes you do that, but they do. Here they have 2 dog parks. They have a dog washing station with like shampoos and stuff, so you can give your dog a bath and everything. It's like actual like stand that you like put your dog up. Has like a leash and everything. You like can use it whenever you want. So they do have that. They have like those dog like pet things where you get the baggies out and stuff like that. So they do have things that are for the dogs, so that's nice. Yeah, so obviously there's regulations, pick up your poop, and that would literally be a pet peeve of mine if people just love their poop around. Like, that would be such a pet peeve. And the last thing is there's no garage, but like I told you guys, we do have a garage, but you do have to pay extra for that a month. But those are my pros and cons of living in an apartment versus a house. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this video was super long, and I feel like I'm not even going to be able to edit it down much because it just was a lot of pros and cons. But I hope this is helpful for any of you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.